What on earth is the order of enumeration? Well, in the California Constitution, Article 4, Section 9, there's a requirement for each bill to have a title. Section 9 says a statute shall embrace but one subject, that's the single subject rule, which shall be expressed in its title. That's the requirement for having a title. If a statute embraces a subject not expressed in its title, only the part not expressed is void. There's also Joint Rule 7. Joint Rule 7 says the title of every bill introduced must convey an accurate idea of the contents of the bill and indicate the scope of the act and object to be accomplished in amending a code section. The mere reference to the section by number is not deemed sufficient. There's also Joint Rule 8, which says a bill amending more than one section of an existing law shall contain a separate section for each section amended. Bills that are not amendatory of existing laws shall be divided into short sections, where this can be done without destroying the sense of any particular section, to the end that future amendments may be made without the necessity of setting forth and repeating sections of unnecessary length. So, as a result of the Constitution's title requirement and Joint Rule 7 and 8, when a bill proposes to amend, add, or repeal a specified section of a code, the title will say an act to amend or to add or to repeal section blank of blank code. Now, of course, a bill could do a combination of amend, add, or repeal. Amend and repeal, amend, add, and repeal, for example. This is called the order of enumerating in the title of a bill. So, the order of enumeration in California is specifically amend, add, and repeal. So the order is to list first the sections being amended, then the sections being added, and then finally the sections being repealed. Hence, the so-called order of enumeration is amend, add, and then repeal. It's important to remember that this order of enumeration is followed regardless of the numerical order of the sections between these different categories. So for example, if a section being amended is a higher or lower number than the section being added or repealed, the order of enumeration is still used, meaning the amend comes first. Let me give you a quick example. When section 100 of a code is being amended and section 60 is being added, and let's say section 150 is being repealed, the title's order of enumeration will be an act to amend section 100, add section 60, and repeal section 150, despite those differing numbers. And for a bill that would amend more than one section of a single code, or add more than one section of a code, or repeal more than one section of a code, the title's order of enumeration will be an act to amend sections, say 100, 300, and 400, then an act to add sections 10, 20, 30, and even to repeal 75, 80, 150 of that code. Finally, for a bill that would deal with more than one code, which does happen, the codes are set forth in the title of the bill in alphabetical order. And then the sections affected by each code are grouped together and enumerated: amend, add, repeal. What's a quick example? An act to amend section 980 and repeal section 981 of the Corporations Code. And then in the Government Code, it would follow amend sections 80 and 90, add sections 85 and 95, and repeal sections 100 and 105 of the Government Code. So the order of enumeration remains within the individual codes. And then if there's two or more codes, those are listed in alphabetical order. So that is what the order of enumeration is.